It's finally Friday.
It's Friday, Friday.
Thank God it's
Welcome back to the Friday Show. I'm Scott Jagow, along with Ray Paulick. We're glad you could join us. Coming up, some wild and crazy predictions for 2017. But first, Ray, we had such a sad note this week. The death of Garrett Gomez at age 44, the former jockey, beloved by many people in the thoroughbred industry. Our condolences go out to the family. Such a sad ending.
Yeah, the circumstances of his death are unclear at this time. Garrett was an immensely talented jockey. He fought demons throughout much of his adult life. Last rode in October of 2013, and it took 18 months for him to come out publicly on Facebook and say that he was not going to ride again, that was it. He had a great career. He thanked the fans and the horses. It's a very, very sad ending to 2016, and as you said, our condolences. It's just a heartbreaking turn of events. Our condolences to his family and his best friends.
All right, we need to move on, and 2017 is fast approaching. So we thought we'd come up with a few tongue-in-cheek predictions for next year, have a little fun with it. But a couple of these might actually happen. You never know. We'll see. All right, I'm going to kick it off with the Pegasus World Cup. The first one is coming up in just over a month. I think in order to ensure that there is a sellout for the inaugural Pegasus World Cup, Gulfstream Park is going to reach out to Pegasus from the Preakness a few years ago. Half man, half horse. I mean, it makes sense. Pegasus. I can see the two of them meeting in the parking lot, and Pegasus having a good old time walking through the stands. You might want to keep him away from the stable area, though.
Yeah, well, the ticket prices are a little high, but I would think if it includes a meet and greet with Pegasus, I'd be willing to pay almost anything to do that and to see a world-class race like the Pegasus World Cup with California Chrome.
All right, what do you got?
And speaking of California Chrome, I've got a prediction. TaylorMade Farm and the Bravo television network announced the creation of a new reality show series, Keeping Up with Chrome. And at the same time, TaylorMade becomes the first stallion farm in central Kentucky to line the walls and the ceiling of the breeding shed with mirrors.
I don't know if I want to touch that part of it. I really don't know if I want to see that. But actually, I don't think it's that far-fetched, the reality show, because TaylorMade is a very creative company. They have their tentacles in other things like tours and merchandise. So they think outside of the box, and I could see them creating something where maybe one of the local hotels becomes the official host of Chromies from around the world who want to come visit. I don't think it's such a bad idea.
The Chromies Inn. Yeah, there you
exactly. Okay. For the Triple Crown this year, Todd Pletcher is going to think a little bit differently. He's going to change his strategy up, because people keep getting on him about his record in the Derby. So he's going to say, you know what, it's actually overrated. He's not even going to show up at the Derby in 2017. He's going to point all of his 3-year-olds for the Preakness. I think he's going to have like half a dozen going in the second leg of the Triple Crown. What do you think?
Well, they're both Grade 1 races, so what's the difference? I agree with him. The Derby is highly overrated. The Preakness is a lot more fun, and Todd needs to have more fun on the Triple Crown Trail. Todd, go to the Preakness. I agree with you.
All right.
All right. Kent DeSormo, the Hall of Fame jockey, not quite ready to retire yet, but he announces that what he's going to do upon his retirement is become either a placing judge or a photo finish camera operator in Southern California.
That one again isn't that far-fetched because, listen to his comments this week about he thinks the finish line is being moved by the photo finish camera. And, he's also been criticized for not riding out his mounts and finishing third instead of second, and et cetera. So, this might be his wheelhouse. That might be perfect for him. Okay. I predict that Maria Burrell is going to come to her senses in 2017, as far-fetched as that might be, and show up in Kentucky to face the music over those animal cruelty charges in Mercer County. But I have a feeling it's going to be in some sort of crazy fashion. So I think she might ride into the courthouse on a horse. She might ride into the courthouse on Run Happy, wearing the same outfit she wore to the Breeders' Cup a couple of years ago, that blue coat and the hat. I could see it. I really think it's possible.
Well, if she's going to ride Run Happy, that's going to be a little tricky because he's going to be pretty busy once the breeding shed opens at Claiborne Farm in February.
That's true. I don't want to make any predictions about how that could possibly happen. But let's move on.
Donald Trump becomes the first sitting president of the United States to attend a Breeders' Cup. He goes out to Del Mar, California for the 2-day World Thoroughbred Championships, and everybody is delighted until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night when he has a tweet storm on Twitter calling the jockeys disgraceful that he bet on. He is just so unhappy with the jockeys he bet on at the Breeders' Cup.
So in other words, you're saying that Trump is becoming Andy Serling? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Andy usually does it earlier in the day, and he doesn't wait till 2 o'clock in the morning.
All right, that's a good one. How about Will Rogers Downs, in an effort to raise their exposure internationally, is going to do something that's never been done before. They're going to have a prize fight between two jockeys. And Natalie Turner and Jose Manrique Guerrero are going to get it on, maybe MMA style, with whips and everything. They had a boxing match on the track during a race, so why not, make it safer and put them in a ring?
Well, to paraphrase Will Rogers, I never met a fight between two jockeys I didn't like.
Yes. Okay, we've got one more.
All right, this one is shocking, and it's kind of a long shot, but Janet Yellen, the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank in Washington, D.C., and Bob Baffert, the Hall of Fame trainer, joined forces to open a chain of beauty salons called White Hairs Matter.
I think it's great. I mean, you look at the two of them side by side, there are some similarities there, and I think they could really generate some business. White hairs
like I said,
matter.
I think it's a long shot, but it why not?
Okay, that's going to do it for our wild and crazy predictions for 2017. If you have one of your own, provide it in the comments section of our website, paulickreport.com. This is our last Friday show of 2016. But we'll be back in January. Ray, I think you might want to retire the tie before then. But it looks nice and festive today. Happy holidays from all of us at the Paulick Report. Happy holidays to you, Ray.
Thank you. And I'm in the spirit of the season. And we'll see you all next year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays all.